So, in honor of Radically Honest 2020, I'm just gonna come out and say that a lot of stuff is coming up to be transmuted at this time. And I realize, that our ancestry does play a really big role in our superpowers, which we all have superpowers, okay? I don't care what you say, I don't care how fucking earthly you think you are. We're metaphysical human beings. I've had auditory hallucinations. The first time I ever had one, I smoked weed and drank for the first time, and I got crossfaded, and I kept hearing a voice whisper my name. And I can tap into both angelic and really dark stuff, and I know the dark stuff likes to follow me around a lot, and low-key I think it's like an ancestor who did some fuck shit or something, and it's like just trying to protect me because these are crazy times. But I don't know really actually what it is, but I notice people like look at my shoulders a lot. I don't know if I just have like really nice shoulders, I don't know. But I will say that even if your ancestors dabbled in darker occult things, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to take on the responsibility. And we all have freedom of choice. Like, even if you're super subconscious for your life and you're just being a zombie robot, just like, oh, go to work, go to school, pay, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we choose that, It's like, we choose to live wherever we live, because we could decide any day that we don't want to live there. We don't want to do that. And you may think you don't have the illusion of choice because some people may have convinced you that you don't have the illusion of choice. But it's all an illusion. So that's my piece on that. And yeah, just because you can do some fuck shit doesn't mean you should. Kind of like, yeah, you could have a baby, doesn't mean you should. These are some fucking crazy times, and like, no offense, but like, I don't know that I want to bring up a baby in these uncertain times. It just doesn't make sense to me. I digress. Plus, I'm all about self-mastery, and yeah, anyway. So yeah, I'm just coming on to just say that even if your ancestors have done some weird shit, know that it is not you. Ultimately, we choose what it is that we partake in. And yeah, like, I don't know, as someone with an ancestry like mine who has been through a lot of trauma, like a lot of my family, I mean, all of our families, have different levels and forms of trauma, but it's real easy, and I've done it. I've totally slipped into the total, I don't want to call it darkness, I'm gonna call it like the abyss. I'll call it the abyss of just like rage and anger and hate, and like, I'm so different than I was as a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could like have videos or something to like show people how drastically different, just through transmutation, just through cleansing myself and my aura and everything around me, because it's so easy to be mean. It's so easy to be an asshole, It's easy to be closed. Oh, I don't want to touch it. Oh, But it doesn't feel good, and ultimately, it's not what you want. You know what I mean? when we go and seek to isolate ourselves because we feel rejected, actually the thing we want is to feel more connected. So what do? You go connect with nature, or an angel will just pop up in your field and you pray and you're just like, okay, thank you. Yeah. So this is kind of about a lot of things, but mostly just, we are able to break right now the curses, ancestral whatevers that have been plaguing our families for eons. And that's a fucking powerful role, bro. Like, that's like to be the chain breaker of all the limitations that everyone in your ancestry felt, because they actually had physical limitations, you know what I mean? But right now is like such an open portal time where we can just like call in what we want and don't get caught up on what we don't want. Don't get fucking listed into the drama of other people's bullshit. Like, I don't know, like, I do know. It's just, may not be something to share, but yeah, just don't get caught up in the whirlwind of the sauce, man. Just focus on your own shit. Like, now's the time for that. Now's not the time for romance, bro. Like, at least for me and my experience, I'm like not stable enough to have that kind of thing going on. So, and I just feel like now is the time to develop our superpowers for when this whole kabang kabooms. And then you worry about, you're like, all right, now I'm homeostasis. Okay, who am I attracting, And then you're like, wait. Oh, okay, cool. Kind of thing. And then, yeah, but right now, just focus on healing that karma, that ancestry shit, that fucking... When you're light, it's so different for me. I don't know. I do know. But, and I know there are people out there like me. It's just I feel very isolated at this moment because I'm kind of doing it to myself, because I really need to like get to the nitty-gritty of some shit that has been with me for way, way too long. And I'm like, you know what? Gone. Like, I'm over it. Seriously. It's 2020. Radical transparency. Even if this doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you. It's just for me. And I am you. So at some level, you're going to pick up something I said somewhere, somehow, and then you'll be like, oh my God, this reminds me. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.